So this is our patch where we had corn and pumpkins. As you could see, I pulled out all the corn since we harvested everything, just left something for seeds, and yeah, everything else pretty much got pulled out just so it doesn't take any more nutrients from the soil, and figure it's gonna take too long for it to decompose if we just leave it in the ground. So anyways, I have some tomatoes there, got butternut squash, got some pumpkins. We'll harvest them sometime later. And so we have this okra here. I'm gonna take that. As you can see, it has really pretty flowers. I think this okra is doing a lot better after we clear the corn. It gets a little more sun, and yeah, we might still get something from this plant yet. Never know. Now this one, yeah, this one's 100% dead. Yeah, pull it out. Yeah, I don't think anything will grow out of it. So I was going through pruning my tomatoes. A lot of leaves were dead, diseased, so I did some severe pruning. You could actually see the light pretty much shining through this stuff. And like this tomato, I kind of knocked it off by mistake. So we gotta pick them up. It's time to harvest again. So I have a German tomato. One's ready, this one's still too green. But this one over here is pretty good. So I had a little bit damage on it, but it should taste good. I guess since we're starting over here, here's one cucumber. Let's see, let's get 2 more tomatoes. I think it's good looking. It has like a crack going through, but still a good tomato. I think I'm gonna take this one. It looks a little greenish over here, but then over here it looks all ripe, so I'm gonna take it before someone else decides to see if it's ripe enough by tasting it. Let's see, what do we have here? Take this tomato. Break it off. There we go. I lowered some of my tomatoes, so now they're kind of like sticking out more in the walkway. It's a little hard to walk by them. Let's get this tomato over here. This yellow-green tomato. It's interesting how, like, when you peel the skin, the whole tomato looks green on the inside. So it's more green on the inside than just, except pretty much the skin is the only yellow part of it. This is another one of the tomatoes I knocked off by mistake. Yeah, look at this pretty tomato. To me they look kind of like heart-shaped, so just pretty, and they taste pretty good too. I guess I'll get some of these tomatoes, the riper looking ones. Yeah, I think this is all the tomatoes we're gonna get here. Ah, tomato fell off. I was gonna cut it off, but it just jumped out of my hand and got damaged a little from falling. Well, I'm guessing it's ripe enough then. The one that jumped, and 2 more. See, colorful, nice looking. 1 more. And 1 more. See, my other plants, they were all like that. And today I went through and pruned those. I guess I should have done to this one too. Just not enough time. Or I guess me just being a little lazy, trying to take it easy. See, like, they should have been weeded. It's all good. Life is good. I guess this is it for these 2 sections. Moving on to the next section. I keep harvesting some grape. Should take some to the house. Yep, nice and sweet. Actually, we have plenty of grapes inside the house. Just leave those for now. Yeah, this grape is starting to get ripe. Starting to taste better and better every day. Sweet, seedless, it's good. Looks like a couple more blackberries are ripe. It's not my favorite fruit. I don't know why. Not a big fan of them. Like the one I just had was pretty good. The one before that, it wasn't good. Yeah, those two weren't too bad. I like more sweeter fruit, and just these blackberries aren't the sweetest things around, so maybe that's why they're not my favorite fruit. I personally prefer raspberries, strawberries, but since I have it, I still eat it. But I don't know if it's just this variety, because I did have some store-bought ones that I liked a lot more. If I would know how this variety will taste like when I grow it, I would not buy it. Oh yeah, and plus another thing about blackberries, I don't really like how big their seed is. I just think like raspberries, you know, their seed are a lot smaller, easier to chew through. These are kind of more woody, and I guess maybe I just didn't grow up eating blackberries, so you could say it's more of a newer fruit to me. So like I said, sometimes I get them at the store and I kind of like them, so I'm like, okay, let's plant some. And I know a lot of people really like them. Like I said, this variety, just not a big fan of. Peppers. More peppers. Finally, peppers are starting to produce. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but this was more orange, and those are more yellowish. Yeah. So we just got a bunch of yellow snacking peppers. This pepper is still green on here. So it's gonna put on some color. But remember, it takes a while. Got a good tomato over here. This one is kind of weird. It's like green, ripe, and like really green here. Another heart shape, and some other kind. Tomatoes are on the other side of the net. More tomatoes. Don't want to drop them like I just did with that one, because they bruise easy. I don't think I'm gonna look for any beans. So I left all these beans. I want to leave them for seeds. I guess we could have harvested some of the yellow ones, but we'll let them go. Yep. Raspberries. Like I said, not that many. Still didn't prune out the old stuff. Why did I do that? I think it might be supporting some of the newer stuff from falling down too much. Not the biggest. It's not the biggest, but it tastes good. This one is a little green, don't wanna pull off yet. And we had a really good harvest in the summer too. This is just a good little snack. So there's gonna be a lot more of them. Not yet. They're just slowly coming in. Then once in a while I can find a strawberry or two. So I consider part of my harvest too. Take that. So not the biggest, but they're actually pretty sweet. I like the taste of them. So yeah, I just have a couple bushes in here. It's everbearing. Yep, sweet. It's not the reddest, but tastes pretty sweet. These dead looking plants still produce some cucumbers. So not the prettiest, but we're still getting some. Like this one over here. Cucumbers is one of the things that I think my mom might go in and pick one or two during the week. Because this thing over here. That's another one. Except the Russian variety pickles were planted later, so they're still young, and this stuff is dying off already. Pretty much dead. So this one still has some stuff on top, so it might live to produce something yet. Like I said, now we're switched more from cucumbers to tomatoes. So we got the plant is almost dead. It's still kicking now. Almost, but not quite. Kind of looks like this plant is dying, so I'm just gonna take all this squash off. Plus my mom was asking to get them younger while they're softer. Here's another one. Here's another one. So here's today's harvest. Just didn't want to put this squash in the basket with tomato, didn't want to squish them. So it looks like elderberry has to be covered. So this one isn't covered, but see how some of them are gone. And I know I left one up top here, I think that one over there, uncovered, and it's all gone. So I'm gonna harvest everything we have, but while we don't have that many, I guess I gotta remember to keep covering them. Take the bag, we just shake them in there. Guess I don't really wanna shake off, so I don't wanna squish them too much. So I wanna make sure they have the juice in them. So I'm gonna pull them off, then I'm gonna take in the house, probably freeze them, and wait until we cook some drinks up, and we'll use it. See, this one's like starting to dry on the bush, but the ones higher look like they got pecked by birds or something. There's a couple bigger ones. Drop them straight in the bag. Ah, not all of them, no. Well, just lost a bunch of them. Okay, let's not say I lost a bunch of them. I just planted a bunch of elderberries around here. See? You could always find something positive in the negative things that happen to you. So instead of just thinking, oh no, I just left more than half of my harvest, and if you could see the harvest isn't that great either, yeah. Or you could just say, hey, I just planted some more elderberries, so maybe we'll get a couple more bushes that will grow from here, and then in the years to come, because of this, we're gonna have a lot more elderberries, and they're gonna be big and tasty. There, keep growing. Or maybe we just fed some wildlife, maybe some poor animal would die from hunger, and because of this, it's gonna live. So there we go, we just did some good, even if it wasn't on purpose. There's always something good, you just have to look for it.